right, we've made it to the last game in our series, and this one comes from the Pro Chess League in 2018 when Julio was playing for my team at the time, the Miami Champions. And he's playing against another chess personality and popular person, John Bartholomew. And I'm a big fan of John and his channel. Should take a look at his content. Just clean style of play, and is well known for his use of the center counter, and he has an excellent course on Chessable, where I believe the main focus was the Queen D8 variation. So if you're into solid chess, definitely take a look at his stuff. But without further ado, in this game, I really wanted to show it because Julio got to show one of the main staples of his career playing openings, and it was the King's Indian defense. There's not many guys in modern times that play the King's Indian and Grandmasters anyway that really make the opening work. And when he's playing against a solid guy like John, I really love this game, and I think it's an excellent example game for King's Indian players. So F3, we have the same-ish. And I've played a lot of different lines here. Modern times, castles followed by C5 is arguably the best way to go, and that was recently recommended in the King's Indian Lifetime Repertoire course by Gawain Jones, Chessable. I've always been a big fan of the Bryan variation. You play A6 followed by C6, and you're encouraging white that if you want to castle queenside and attack me, you're going to be going into the attack. So it's a pretty straightforward line. I've always enjoyed playing it in blitz, and I've had good results. But castles, you're putting your king under potential fire. Bishop G5 was played, a secondary move to Bishop E3, but nothing wrong with it. One of those significant differences is with Bishop G5, it limits Black's ability to play E5 structures, and it's trying to coax you to play a move like H6, which in fact will more than likely weaken you as white wants to do some Queen D2, castle queenside, and then start doing some attacking in some way by flinging the pawns. So we need to figure out a structure here, and it's going to generally deal with, like I stated before, the Bryan plan, or a plan with C5 and E6 with a Benoni type plan, or you skip the E6 and we're going to play B5 after white plays D5 after C5 with a Binko type plan. A6, a move that's flexible on either the Binko or the Benoni type ideas that black has hidden away. Queen D2, Knight BD7, still staying flexible. And here, white decides to play Knight H3. And this is an interesting move because we waited to play Knight H3 because white can sometimes struggle in these positions to find a good place for this knight. If it goes on E2, you'll often see in the same-ish, it go to C1 to develop the bishop. So white's taken this opportunity to develop it to H3 and to F2 as a bigger supporter of the center and keeping it out of the way of the bishop for easy development because black has elected to put his knight in the way of the C8 bishop. And we're not going to miss a beat here. C5. And since we have taken away one of our plans in the position, by putting our knight on D7, there is no more Benoni plan, as we'll simply be losing the D6 pawn. We go with the Binko plan with B5. And I'm loving this. This is one of those I am playing to win with black. Very uncompromising positions. White is not going to be capturing this pawn. And I mean, here I'm probably even looking at Knight E5 ideas, and I'm hesitating to capture until he moves this bishop, but more than likely taking immediately, getting this queen, covering some key squares. Our knight can potentially jump in. Our rook F to B8. Of course, that square is kind of landmined at the moment, but you can get my point that black has gotten more than a pawn's worth as the heavies are on the A and B files eyeing the weak pawns on B2 and A2. So this is going to be your typical Binko Gambit style position. Well, after queen a5, knight f2 was played, and we're not in too much of a hurry to grab there. We want them to take us, opening up those files. Knight b6. Another way to look at key squares. Bishop e2. Only now are we taking, because it would be a stutter step. If he takes with the bishop, he wasted a full move that we just got back. Knight takes. Bishop d7. Knight c3. So one way or another, white wasted a full move. Now here, black could go for a very aggressive line with e6, followed by take, bishop h6, and d5. That was one alternative in the game, but I love this Binko style plan. Rook fb8, castles, and black played queen b4. See me, I'm a bit of a trade down guy. I would play knight a4 and enjoy playing this position against the A and B pawns where we trade off the bishops. White's going to be hard-pressed to hold the b2 pawn. Our knight's got an excellent square on f4. We've got f5 to break at some point. Our bishop's very flexible. I prefer black. Queen b4 keeps tension, and that's one of the main reasons that I'm a master and not stronger, is I am too willing to trade down in the position for things that I've simplified and understand better. They do better with keeping the tension, and it's a lesson that I can learn when going through these games. And white probably felt that he was about to get ground down, and keep in mind the Pro Chess League, these are normally faster time control games, 15-minute with a few seconds of increment. So he went with e5 to shake things up. Now, a3 is the best move, and after queen b3, rook fb1, as black really doesn't have a good way to continue the pressure here, and you have to worry about moves like bishop d1 and things of that nature where the black queen could get in some serious trouble. But e5, rolling the dice, like I said, more than likely time trouble or something of the like. Takes. He gets a good square. Queen d4. Takes. And that queen d4 move was easy to miss. This is probably where things started going wrong. When you're up material, you trade down. So Julio trades all the way down here where no knights, no serious tactics to worry about. Some guy named Tal probably said something similar. Bishop c4, bishop e6. We're simply covering the f-pawn. Up material, trade down again. f6. Nothing to worry about with the f-file anymore. Shutting down that queen-rook battery. And finally, forcing that trade. Would you like to trade some more? If not, that's fine. Bishop f8. Again, no worries in these positions. Don't have to worry about my pieces. Finally grab that pawn. Keeping an eye on all these critical squares. e4. Passed pawns must be pushed. Interested in trading? No. I don't want you to win the e-pawn. Don't want you to break up my structure. That bishop that was in tune finally got traded off. Black has beautiful harmony with this h7 through e4 pawn chain, and compare the pawns on the board. White's got this snaggletooth pawn structure, h3, a2, c3. Black's got the chain. And that's going to be all you need. Looking to trade down some more. Simplify the win. We can get the queens off the board. That's going to make our life very, very easy. Queen e6. Check. Would you like to trade heavies? White can't. All I need to do is make a trade. You take, I'm going to trade. Queen g5. And even though we could not force a trade, we can definitely force a scenario where white doesn't have anything. Queen e1 check, where the rook falls, and understandably, white threw in the towel at that point. So hopefully you enjoyed this short series on one of my favorite players that I've personally come in contact with, Grandmaster Becerra. And as I stated in the introduction, not only is he a fantastic chess player, but he's an excellent ambassador for the game and an excellent person all around. If you have the opportunity to work with Julio, I strongly recommend it. And both of us are instructors at the Emory Castle Chess Camp in Atlanta. Be on the lookout, and you can even check out the link below for the Castle Chess website. As coming back from COVID, we're looking to start that camp back up, and I think it'd be excellent. It's open to scholastic players as well as adults. Check it out.